Habits of debt-free people you need to copy. When I first made the decision to become debt-free, I was frightened, frustrated, overburdened, and totally unsure of how to do it. That's when I began researching the practices of debt-free people. What did they do that we weren't doing? How did they act? I read books, blog entries, and podcasts. To find out if my friends had all the answers, I made them answer some awkward questions. I eventually came to the conclusion that debt-free people had the following 7 habits in common. Number 1, they know all about their own money. Debt-free people are fully aware about their financial situation. Since this is how they became debt-free, they are familiar with every account, every sum, and every detail. They wouldn't want to hide from their finances, and doing so is not an option. They have no fear of money since they understand it and know how to use it to their advantage. Number 2, asking questions and speaking out. They don't hesitate to stand out and fight for themselves and their money, which is another behavior of debt-free people. Since they are aware that the less they spend, the more they may save up for later purchases, they will constantly ask how to get a discount, a lower price, or a better deal. Number 3, they know the cost of debt. When there is so much temptation around, it takes a lot of motivation to avoid getting into debt. However, debt-free people are aware of the price of debt. They make the decision to avoid this additional expense because they are aware that it will ultimately cost them much more in the long run. They are aware that the cost of debt includes more than simply the interest rate and also includes fees, hidden charges, and stress. Not to mention that paying additional fees and interest to someone else results in them having less money working in their favor. Number 4, saying no. Getting out of debt and keeping it off requires more practice saying no than you're probably used to. Saying no to impromptu lunches or happy hours with coworkers, as well as last-minute weekend road trips with friends, is necessary when sticking to a budget and organizing your expenses. At first it could seem awkward, but you'll come to understand that turning down certain opportunities means choosing a future that is stable and free of debt. Number 5, follow a budget. While adhering to a budget may not seem exciting, it is the basis for good money management. You can focus on saving for the future and make wiser decisions if you keep track of all the money you have coming in and going out and know precisely where it is going. Make sure your budget is thorough and accounting for all of your fixed, variable, and recurring spending. Number 6, paying cash. Those that succeed in living debt-free are aware that they won't purchase something unless they have the means to do so. They are aware that the short-term pleasure of using a credit card for a purchase isn't worth the long-term stress of paying off a credit card payment and the additional finance charges. Cash is king for those who are dedicated to leading a debt-free lifestyle. Number 7, saving for emergencies. If you've always believed you had plenty of time to put money down for emergencies, the pandemic has showed us just how quickly things can change. People who are debt-free are prepared for the unexpected by having emergency savings accounts that are completely funded, which prevents them from having to use their credit cards to cover unforeseen costs. If you've never saved money for emergencies, start with a $500 target, which will cover a simple emergency need like a car repair. Once you do, strive gradually towards saving up enough money for 6 months worth of expenses. I hope this video helped. Thanks for watching.